And then Aang versus the Traveler. Are there any other known ones other than
So
that?
we still have Aang versus the Traveler. We still have Ash versus Yugi. Um,
Are those ones definitely happening this year, or just sometime soon?
because Ash versus Yugi was going to be episode 200, but then things weren't as far along as they wanted, and so I think they're pushing it so that way they can make it as big as possible. Because you got to think about how big their fucking arsenals are with all the Pokemon that Ash has and all the different cards that Yugi has.
Is there over 1,000 Pokemon now?
Is he?
Yes, but Ash doesn't have all of them.
Okay.
So has Yugi been on
Isn't
Death Battle yet?
No, this is going to be Yu-Gi-Oh's first time.
Just like how they referenced I've come to make an announcement, I really want them to reference Pot of Greed drawing 3 additional cards to his deck.
They probably will, but probably not to the extent. He's going to use Pot of Greed at some point.
Well, yeah, but they don't need to draw it out like the original video, but I want to hear the phrase specifically. I draw Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck.
Oh, they're 100% going to. They're gonna
What is this
play
reference? I don't get it.
There's one. Well, Pot of Greed is just kind of a meme, but there's a video of these guys playing Yu-Gi-Oh in VR, and these guys, I play Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck, and then he just picks Pot of Greed back up.
He keeps doing it.
And then,
he's like, I summon Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck. Then I summon Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck.
It's because
then I'm gonna use Magic Knight, which then allows me to draw Pot of Greed.
And the funny thing about it is, because of the application they're using, everything's kind of shoddy. He's not playing different Pot of Greeds. He plays that one and then just picks it back up and then plays it again. And then he picks it back up and then he plays it again. Then he picks it back up and he plays it again.
Yeah, he's not drawing the card from the deck. He's just reusing the same one over and over.
And his opponent's just like, how do you keep doing that? And then my favorite part is, and he's like, after he does it for a while, the other guy's like, and then I swing and I win. He's like, no, wait, this monster is supposed to be here. Just grabs a random monster from his hand and plops him on the field. Like, it's not even his fucking turn. Like, no, this guy's supposed to be here.
Like, that's what it do, Yugi. You can just pull up the video at this point.
I might. Hold on. It's the fucking first one.
The first one.
I summon Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck!
That's not what it does.
Roll my dice! That is what it does. Pot of Greed! Draw 3. I summon Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck! And I summon Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck! Then I play Magic Force! Which allows me to play Pot of Greed.
He just keeps putting the same one down. Is that not how? I assume that's not how that works, right?
No, that is not how that works.
Okay.
No, he's right. And I attack and I win, right?
No.
You don't have any. Well, you don't have any monsters, and
oh, he's supposed to be here.
Oh, you got the Celtic Guardian.
My turn. I summon Dark Magician. I also summon Jack's Knight.
Is it just doing shit?
Yeah, this is not how you play Yu-Gi-Oh.
You can't summon a bunch of cards on one turn. It's against the rules.
You never saw this coming. I summoned Pot of Greed to draw 3 additional cards from my deck.
That's not what it does. It doesn't
that
do
is
that.
what it does.
It doesn't.
That's what it do, Yugi.
Fucking, I've wanted them to cover Yu-Gi-Oh for a while, because there's a lot of really funny shit with it. I will say, one of my most wanted matchups of all time is Lex Luthor versus Seto Kaiba.
Oh, that would be really funny.
And my favorite thing about that is, like, yeah, there's a lot of similarities. They're both evil, rich billionaires who use their wealth to, basically try to control the world. And but the thing about it the most is, they are the pettiest motherfuckers in all of existence. And I think that would make it so funny. Specifically for me, because you guys saw Superman.
Yeah.
And he's really good at the whole rage bait thing. But there's a scene from Yu-Gi-Oh! I think I've talked to you about this, Luke. I don't know if I've talked about it with Trinity or Zach here. There's a scene from Yu-Gi-Oh! Where Kaiba brings Yugi out to an island that he owns to battle him atop a broken tower, and Yugi's winning. And so what Kaiba does is he just steps on the edge of the tower, and he's like, go ahead, kill my monster. The shockwave will send me careening off the side of this building, killing me. Go on, Yugi, fucking kill me. And then, and so Yugi loses because he's not gonna kill Kaiba. But you gotta understand, he brought him alone. There was no one else out there, and it's an island that no one knows Kaiba owns. This is not a place that people know he goes to. This is not a place that people would think to look. Yugi could have fucking killed him in cold blood, and no one would have ever known. They just been like, oh, the billionaire's gone. Oops.
Well, he's not like that though.
He disappeared.
Like, it is
He's
so...
true at heart. He's Batman.
It is so fucking funny to me that Kaiba was just... He literally was... He said, fucking murder me, or I'm gonna win this children's card game. And I love it. I've been wanting them to cover Yu-Gi-Oh! For a while. But... We're not gonna get that. So yeah, I think the only ones left is we have Ask Yugi and Aang Traveler. And then we have an episode animated by Torian, who is one of their old 3D animators who left for a while. He's doing an episode for them.
Okay.
But with this, that is almost all of the Kickstarter goals. We only have...
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be patiently waiting for the next appearance of Ismahawk because it didn't even occur to me that like it was live action and like this is what I'm going to school for, and therefore I'm going to pick up on like every single minute thing, and it's going to be like personally tailored for me.
So we got Nightwing versus Daredevil back in season 5, and then 2 seasons later we got Winter Soldier versus Red Hood, and then something I found out a little bit more recently, in season 9, Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers was supposed to be live action, but they were going through different people than Ismahawk for it, and they kind of fucked him over. And so that's why when we get to that one, the animation's not the greatest, but because they had to make it in like 2 weeks.
Right. And then they were like, never anyone else ever again. It's Ismahawk every time.
Well, then we had to stop for a couple years because of COVID. And then that happened, and then I just don't think there was one planned for season 10. And then Rooster Teeth shut down, and they knew that this would be a big... Now, this is a lot more expensive than animation. Especially one is... How long is this fight? Hold on. The entire thing, start to finish, is from, I will say, 16...
There's something in my room that looked a lot like a flea, and now I'm really hoping it wasn't one.
This entire thing is 8 minutes!
Which is crazy, because that's like double the length of a lot of episodes.
Death battles are typically between 2 to 3. 4 and 5 are pushing it. How long... Bowser Eggman was really long. How long was Bowser versus Eggman? Bowser versus Eggman started at 8, we'll say 1730.
It's crazy how many people skip everything else.
I know, right? So even this was 5 minutes. Ismahawk in a live action setting with that many extras was 3 whole minutes longer than Bowser Eggman.
Plus, that 3 minutes is pretty much like the setup, which is crazy. I'm glad they put that much effort into that because it made me kind of actually care about the matchup.
Like, it is amazing. I really hope we get more stuff with Ismahawk in the future. I don't expect a lot of this because it's expensive. Ismahawk is their own channel that does their own thing.
Death Battle, if you're still running in like 3 years and Ismahawk's not available, you can call me. I'll have a team by then.
If you work on Death Battle, I think I will cry.
Kai, you will be... Kai, just dreaming, I do a lot of dreaming, but if I ever work for Death Battle, you'll be in it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But... this makes me happy. I didn't have to watch another character I really like die. Because... this season's been a rough one. I'm not gonna hold you. Because just going off this season, I've had to watch Bardock die. I've had to watch Master Chief die. I've had to watch Tom die. I've had to watch Godzilla die. And I've had to watch Ruby die.
I got to watch Bardock die. I got to watch Matt. No, I'm kidding.
But I will say, I've also had a lot of good this season. Joker won. Bowser won. Spawn won. Shigaraki won. Deku won. There's a lot of good this season, except I just think that the hurtful ones have hit a lot harder, especially because we've had 3 in a row. Well, we would have.
Which
had 3 in a
honestly,
row.
that's not even a bad thing. That just means they're doing their job better than they were before.
Oh, absolutely. And I will also say this season they have done something that they've kind of failed to do in the past, which is make me interested in characters I couldn't give a shit about. The only time they've ever really done it was with Rick Sanchez versus the Doctor. I didn't really care about either, and they kind of made coming out of it. I want to start watching Doctor Who, and it kind of brought me back into maybe giving Rick and Morty a chance, and then I watched Rick and Morty again, and I'm like, oh, this is why I dropped it. But they took that away for a minute. But that's the only time they've really done that for me. Whereas this season, for the most part, it's all been characters that I care about, except for Kyle Rayner and Simone the Digger. I didn't really care. I try to familiarize myself with characters before if I don't know them. So I did that a bit where I looked a little bit into Gurren Lagann and Kyle Rayner stuff. I've still never seen Gurren Lagann. And I've not read much anything with Kyle Rayner in it. And that episode actually made me care enough to, I plan on trying to pick those up eventually. So they've been doing a really good job at that shit this season. But I want to give Death Bed Other Flowers on this. This was fantastic.
It was really good.
Dante versus Clive is going to be good. That's like I said, a bad matchup, even if it's one that I just really, really hate. And which I don't really hate this one, but I'm just...
It's just so out of left field compared to what they could have done for either of the characters.
It is.
I like that they're doing it now that they brought it up, but I don't know, there was better.
But even with that, knowing Devil May Cry and knowing Final Fantasy, this is gonna be a sick episode. I hope, however, that it's an improvement on what we've seen from them since. Because the last Final Fantasy episode was Link versus Cloud 2 when they did the rematch. And I talked with my friend about this the other day. I have a lot of issues with that one. Mainly on the Legend of Zelda side, sadly, but it's a product of the Final Fantasy side that hurts the Legend of Zelda side. When we get to that, I'll explain it.
Okay.
And then Sephiroth Virgil was kind of suck.
I do want to ask now that you already got spoiled it, but now that you really know the matchup, do we is there a way you could figure out who's animating it?
Probably. Give me here. Hold on. Do they have anything about it here?
It's another live action one.
There might be something here. If not,
I would actually kind of cry because there's no way they can do these characters just as live action.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. It'll probably be announced soon though.
I want to see if I can Okay, if it hasn't been announced yet, then there's nothing you can really do.
Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I know though. Okay. It'd probably be their normal 3D team. Oh, I wonder if this is
as of yesterday, is confirmed that it is Devil Artemis.
Okay, so this is his last episode then.
What did he do before that?
So his episodes this season have been Hulk versus Godzilla, Master Chief versus Doomslayer, and Kratos versus Asura, and Bardock Omni-Man.
Okay,
so,
that's kind of a mixed bag for me because I liked Master Chief versus Doomslayer, but I don't I understand that the animation itself is really good, but just visually, the environments and character models and stuff, I wasn't the biggest fan of Hulk versus Godzilla or Bardock Omni-Man. But I understand that the actual the meat and bones of the animation is impressive.
For me personally, the actual fight of Bardock Omni-Man I really liked. However, I do think that the model stuff was really weird. Omni-Man looked funny, and Great Ape Bardock looked weird. Kratos Asura was really stiff and not great, but even he said that he wasn't super happy with that one, and that's what led him to start using a team, not animating solo.
Oh, thank God, he uses a team now.
Master Chief versus Doomslayer, while I have some issues with the overall writing because it kind of seems more like Doomslayer featuring Master Chief, it's still a really well done animation.
Sorry, literacy is just like my worst nightmare, I guess, because I didn't even read the full post. It's in r/death battle. Devil Artemis confirms who is animating Dante Clive.
Oh.
It is not Devil Artemis. It is Torian.
Oh shit! This is the Torian episode?
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit!
What did Torian
Remember
do?
what Torian did before?
Torian was Dante Bayonetta.
Oh my!
okay.
Oh my God! Is that the guy who did the mocap?
Yes, holy. Okay, fuck everything I've said. This is gonna be amazing.
It's so specifically the comment reads, someone is asking in a YouTube comment section, "Hey, Devil Artemis, you wouldn't happen to be animating Dante versus Clive, would you?" And a couple of the response comments, and then Devil Artemis, "No, sir, I believe Torian and my other Death Battle friends are animating that one."
Oh, yeah, fuck everything I've said about this matchup, everything I've said about what this episode is going to be. This is gonna be fucking peak.
Thank
Oh
God.
my god. Alright, let's fucking go.
Is Torian gonna be mocapping Ifrit? Because that would be really funny.
Maybe. I don't know if he does as much mocap anymore. He hasn't been on Death Battle in quite a long time.
Okay, what's the last one he did? Do you know?
The last one, if I remember correctly, it was a while ago. Give me a second, I gotta scroll down. I'm trying to remember. Okay, so I know this was when Devil Artemis started. His first was Ganondorf versus Dracula. And I think the last one Torian did, I think it might have been Thanos.
Hey guys, before we get started, I want to tell you about 20.
Hi, Chad. No, don't click on that.
Hey guys, before we get started, I want to tell you.
I think this might have been his last one. Or we can not have the.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right, I gotta look in here on the actual credits. Okay, this was not Torian. Okay. Then if that wasn't, I think Ryu Jin maybe. Did this one have it in here? No. Oh, wait, maybe.
Yeah, this is Torian. I'm looking at Torian's. Oh, this is season 2. Oh, okay. Season 8. Last one.
Oh, she's an.
This is Death Battle fandom. So I assume anyone can edit this similar to Wikipedia because this does not seem right. It said the last one he did was Blake versus Mikasa.
Did he come back for Blake versus Mikasa? Hold on. He might have.
Maybe he just worked on it. I'm clicking on the Blake versus Mikasa thing.
I'm looking at it right now.
The link air date written by. Yeah, animated by Torian and Joe Vick.
Oh yeah, so he came back for this one.
Huh.
So I think this was.
I hope people are happy about it because I know people don't really like that episode.
People, Torian's known as making some of the greatest episodes in Death Battle.
Still crazy to me that people don't like Blake versus Mikasa, even though, like, literally my only complaint for that episode is the fact that they were, like, capitalizing on the Spider-Verse animation style, but, like, it didn't even look bad.
No, I still love that episode. Again, something that I've come to terms with is that everyone has, especially when you're like deep in this stuff, has a series that you struggle to want on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And Ruby is that for me because I don't want Ruby to get wins that it doesn't deserve, but I hate watching characters from Ruby die.
Right.
It means a lot to me, and I think that's part of the reason it thankfully, just due to everything else around it, didn't affect Ruby versus Maka. But I wonder if part of me thinks that's part of the reason that I don't vibe with Weiss versus Mitsuru, because I love Weiss so much.
But like she was kind of, in hindsight, she was kind of like doomed from the start.
She was doomed from the start, yeah. But
and then also Yang got a win that she definitely didn't really deserve.
Absolutely,
which is unfortunate.
But I also don't like. I don't know if I want Ruby to come back because
I'm not only okay with it, but I don't think they're going to simply because, as you described, Ruby versus Maka was like the Monty episode as far as Ruby goes.
Right.
And I feel like to bring Ruby back, unless it were like Salem or like Ozpin or something, like they don't really have much else to do.
I know that Pyrrha has some matchups. Problem is, she's limited screen time. I know that Jean is occasionally paired up with Sokka from Avatar. But if Sokka gets on the show, he's likely fighting Usopp from One Piece.
I would want. Funny that we talked about it earlier in the episode. I would want Jean to fight Laios from Dungeon Meshi.
I know nothing about it, but
He is like the most. He's kind of like a strategist in a sense, which is like what Jean tries to be sometimes, at least where I am in the show.
yeah.
But like he just kind of, in a world of like intense magic, he's kind of just a guy with a sword and shield and can't really do much.
Yeah.
And I'm sure John gets way better later in Ruby, but that's how I feel right now. I'm in season 5.
I do know that there's some other ones I've seen. What's her name? Cinder versus Azula, which is okay.
I can see that.
The two that if they're gonna happen that I would be okay with happening. So Yang has a couple matchups to come back, which are Bakugo from My Hero, which I don't want. And Vi from League of Legends.
That's genuinely the one. Like I was trying to think of Yang matchups, even like outside of just now, like 2 days ago. That's genuinely like the one where I'd actually kind of want that, just because of how similar they are.
The only reason I don't is because I've seen how they handle League of Legends, and they take everything from the game canon, which is not canon. So like when they did Harley Quinn versus Jinx, they gave Jinx all of the items and shit you can buy in League of Legends.
I would hope that since then, like
It's been 2 seasons.
when Jinx came out, or Harley Quinn versus Jinx, only season 1 of Arcane was out at the time, right? Because season 2 came out like last year.
Yeah.
I would hope that since then things have changed because the League of Legends, writers, sorry, not League, the Arcane writers said that for the Piltover characters, so the Arcane ones, the only thing that is canon is Arcane.
Yeah. But so there's that one, and then the one that I want the most is where are you at in Ruby right now?
Volume 5. Last I just re-met Ozpin.
Okay. So you haven't seen a whole lot of what this character can do, but you've met them. I want an army fight between Ironwood and Handsome Jack from Borderlands.
Oh, I know plenty of Ironwood. Handsome versus I don't know much about Borderlands though.
From everything I know about, because I don't know a whole lot about Ironwood and Handsome Jack scaling wise, I think that Ironwood would kind of handedly beat the fuck out of Handsome Jack. However, when you make it an army fight, it's kind of like Bowser Eggman again, where it's like, yeah, Ironwood could like fucking beat the fuck out of him, but can he get to him? It's
right.
One of those,
and also the fact that Ironwood's army, it would be a similar situation to Eggman. Ironwood's army is an army. It's not really anything that he really cares about.
Right.
It's just bots and then, I mean, Penny, but that's it.
He's got some other stuff, but my one problem with that, because I do love it, it's very thematic. However, my one problem with it is you either have to limit Jack or give him everything, and then he has a vault monster, and he has the Eye of Hyperion, which is a laser that has the potential to blow up planets.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah, but
I am just okay with them not bringing back Ruby.
I'd be okay. Like I said, it's one of those things where I don't want to watch. Mainly, the main four. Like if they did Winter versus Dobby from My Hero, which is one I've seen. I'm not big on it, but I've seen it. I wouldn't be that upset, and if Winter lost, I wouldn't be happy. Okay, maybe I don't want that one. I thought about it more for them. Like, well, maybe I don't want to watch Winter die. So maybe just Maybe just leave Ruby alone. Actually, yeah. Please, Death Battle. Maybe we drop that one. I don't know if I can handle it.
Crow versus the Hunter from Bloodborne.
I don't want to watch Crow go out like that.
Fine, Crow versus Gehrman.
I don't want to watch Crow go out like that.
Okay.
Bloodborne is stupid. I don't. I think I'm okay with, for the most part, unless you bring in one of the villains who I'm okay with watching die because they're villains.
And they probably already died as is or are going to soon.
You say soon. We're probably not getting the next volume till fucking 2036.
Well, soon as in, like, next volume's 2026, but for Ruby, it's, like, tomorrow.
Well, it's 2036.
Well, the character,
yeah,
it would chronologically probably be, like, tomorrow for them.
But, maybe you're right. I think maybe we leave Ruby alone for now.
Yeah.
And
Monty gave us our episode, and it was a really good episode. That's all we need.
Do we have any final thoughts on the next matchup, or...
We are still recording, goddamn.
Yeah, I've been recording for an hour 52. This is going to be the long one.
I already sent you my face cam.
This could be another, like, 45 minutes of yapping thing if you want, but
cool.
It is your channel.
I just like talking.
All right, yeah, I have no other thoughts. That next episode is made for me personally.
Yep. I freaked out a little too hard on it. I'm excited for it, especially knowing that Torian's going to be doing this. Will it live up to? All right, so here's my prediction. So my prediction is that it's going to slide very generously right here. I think it's going to be in between Simone versus Kyle and Master Chief Doomslayer.
That would check out. I
am going to say confidently it's not going to top Ruby versus Maka.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing will.
And I can say confidently that I don't think it's going to top Blade versus Buffy.
I don't think so, but it'll be a good episode.
Even as like a diehard fan of Devil May Cry and Final Fantasy, I don't even think anything else this season's going to top something live action of that quality.
Yeah. Again, though, it's also one of those things where it means a lot to me, so I don't think my emotional aspect in something tends to sway me a bit.
It is okay to have bias when you are a reaction channel and not Death Battle themselves.
Right. I also think that's part of the reason why, despite my visceral hatred of a lot of things in it, Bardock versus Omni-Man has stuck at a 7 for me. Despite how much I hate a lot in that episode, I love the matchup. I do think the fight's pretty alright, but also it's the sign that my favorite thing in the world wasn't dead.
Right.
So, I think that's what's been keeping it afloat at a 7. If it wasn't for that, I might have dropped it down to like a 4.
Checks out.
Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen, but I could fully see myself bumping Omni-Man versus Bardock over Kratos versus Asura.
Genuinely, I don't remember much about Kratos versus Asura, only because I don't remember liking it all that much.
Yeah.
I do remember Bardock Omni-Man being better, aside from just me not agreeing with the outcome.
Yeah. I don't think
I remember... I just remember the face that Kratos makes with the text, "When it rains, there's bound to be mud."
Yep. I hate that shot so much.
Isn't it like an homage to Asura's Wrath or something like that?
Okay,
though?
so we're not gonna watch the whole episode right now. My computer's being stupid. Hold on.
Whoa.
I wanna look at that one shot for a second.
It's so dumb.
Because
also, this is more than your computer being stupid. That is like it's having an aneurysm.
It's been doing that a lot lately.
Dust it.
I need to do that actually. So if I go to Kratos versus Asura and we go to that shot in the fight, because like this whole scene, I like the concept of what's happening, and
right.
I like some of the execution, because it's an Asura's Wrath reference, but it's a reverse on what we see in Asura's Wrath, with Asura on the other side of it. But then we get this cool shit. This is really cool. Why is he smiling?
It's so uncanny.
It's uncanny, and here's the thing. This is something I expect from a character like Goku, who enjoys the love of battle. Kratos isn't here for the love of the fucking game. He's here because he has to be. He's here because he was pulled to this world to fight. It's
that clip from the Moist Critical video where he's like, you ever see a grown man smile? And I have. Every time I smile, it makes people shiver.
But like, I hate this, and it's followed. Why is he screaming? What is happening? And then this is where like my hatred, the smile's just gone all of a sudden. And then he fucking one hand holds it up, and then fucking bitches Asura. Like, I'm sorry.
It's kind of weird.
Like, they changed some stuff so that it wouldn't seem like they were dogging on Asura, because they realized that they were putting a little too much on Kratos. But they don't succeed in taking it all away. They really seem like they're dogging on... and what's even worse is Kratos follows this up...
Death has not heard me yet, Titan!
...with a cool line!
Like, yeah, the rest of the episode from that point, if I remember, is good.
It's good, except for one thing, which is... if I go a little further...
It's just... well, that's post-fight.
No, this is part of the fight. This is how it ends. Kratos' line is fine.
You are a monster no longer.
It makes sense for Kratos to assume that Asura is like him, a monster absorbed by his wrath, which is what Kratos used to be. But
I never was.
Asura would never feel the need to explain himself to someone like Kratos.
Me when I lie.
He never was a monster. He's never been a monster controlled by his wrath. He controls his wrath. Unlike Kratos, who was controlled by it.
That is a good point as far as just literacy goes. Yeah, why would he need to prove himself in that moment?
Nothing about this tells me that he would, and everything I know about Asura's wrath, that he would ever feel the need to fucking explain himself to Kratos. And then
that would have even been a better line, as if he somehow conveyed the fact that he does not need to explain himself.
Yeah. And then Kratos gets up, fucking leaves the Blade of Olympus. Like, he turns around. It's gone now. Yeah. He never picked... oh, I'm sorry, it's beside him. Like, he just leaves that shit there.
Well, that's a different position, yeah.
She lets her have it.
Also, I guess this is turning into this now. The whole lead up to, if I go... it's like right after this. So, I'd like to point out, Asura started this fight. Mm-hmm. Kratos was pulled here, and then Asura showed up and was just like, the god of war. Not for much longer, and starts throwing hands. So, this is Asura's fucking fault. And then we get this.
And then I remember this.
This fucking... his daughter, little goofy, but this fucking... You made her cry?
My brother in Christ, you did.
I don't care if it's a direct quote. What the fuck are you on about? And not only that, I love this fight. I love Rayoi, I think it's how you pronounce the name of the song. Why is it so melancholy? This is not the type of song that fits this. I want fucking Viking music. And then, the cherry on fucking top. We get to the end, and they're like, oh, we'll throw Asura's Wrath a bone. Here's an alternate fucking ending.
I actually didn't watch this part.
Here's an alternate ending, and it's the
I did-
lame. I'll let.
I haven't seen this. Wow, that's dumb.
That's going on for way too long.
Dude, whoa. That was.
Well thought, Arthur. Asura's
Didn't that
bone.
take place like at the beginning of the fight, chronologically?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, that was the aftermath.
Then he wakes up in hell.
One, this music gets me copyrighted, but I don't care. Why does Calliope look like that? That's his daughter. But also, why does Kratos get a good ending in his death? Asura didn't get shit. Even in the alternate ending where you're like, you know what, here's Asura winning anyway, Kratos still gets the better fucking ending. I mean, Atreus doesn't have a dad anymore, but like...
Yeah, well.
I wonder if this was like, they were animating it, and originally Asura won, and then upon further study, Death Battle was instead like, no, actually Kratos wins.
Maybe, but if this was the original intent, I'd be mad. And like, there's some obvious love to Asura's Wrath in here. They call for Asura's Wrath 2 multiple times throughout this. But it just feels wrong. It doesn't feel like a love letter to Asura's Wrath.
I'm just going to say, Kai, the other times were just like a kind of like, this is what I would have did. Now this is like me advising you. You might get some dislikes if you leave that whole segment in this video.
Why?
Someone out there might like Kratos versus Asura.
This is actually considered by many people the worst episode of the season.
Oh, okay.
It
So
is-
if it's
It's
Never mind.
generally hated. It is often considered terrible. I don't think it's the worst thing ever, like some
No.
people seem to. I just have a lot of glaring issues with it. However, nothing will ever be funnier to me than the bit of me and Luke's reaction. I didn't react to it properly then, but I thought about it later after we were done recording and laughed my ass off when I'm reading a black box and realizing that one of their things that they pulled from was the Cookbook of the Nine Realms, a real-life God of War inspired cookbook.
that's crazy.
I love that so much.
What'd they pull from that?
They were talking about when they were talking about Kratos scaling to the shaking of the world tree. How in traditional Norse mythology, I believe it's that the Yggdrasil is described as a yew tree. However, in the Cookbook of the Nine Realms, it's described as an ash tree, meaning it's actually not as impressive as if it was a yew tree. So it's a bit lighter.
Okay.
But no, this is I think the episode. This is the matchup of disappointing Death Battle fans, because it got second place in the Champions poll, it got second place in the Tournament of Champions, it finally got picked up, and the episode's fucking mid at best. So, final thing, and then I'm going to stop recording. I wanted to do this at the beginning of the episode, then I forgot. I want to talk a little bit about Champions Island. So, as of right now, we've done one single challenge for Champions Island, which I was very upset with that challenge because a lot of people... It was the 200 questions of Death Battle trivia based on every episode from Samus versus Boba Fett to Ruby versus Maka. A lot of people got into the site they were using and then got kicked out on accident and weren't able to rejoin because the site said they were still in. And people brought this to their attention, and while they were trying to fix it, someone gave them the go ahead to start because they wanted to respect people's time. So me, as well as a lot of other people who took their break at work to do this didn't get to participate.
Did you? So you missed it as well?
I was not a part of it. And I spent a lot of time taking notes and studying every single episode of Death Battle. So that way I could do this. But, that out of the way, Team Boomstick did win. Which means my characters are safe. For now.
Good.
So, as of right now, I cannot see the voting on Team Wiz. Because I'm not on that team. So, everything I'm going off of is the last thing that I heard about. Which was a couple days ago, and I think the voting is open until Wednesday. So they're voting off 2 characters, and the last I heard was that the bottom 4 were Meta Knight, it was Meta Knight, then Samus Aran, then John Constantine, and then I gotta look at the teams. Hold on. It's not over here. Shit, I don't have it here. I am drawing a blank all of a sudden on their name. Why can I not think of who is... It was John Constantine and... Why are none of these names sticking out to... Oh, Steve. There we go. Steve from Minecraft. So, I think that John and Steve are going to be getting out this round.
Okay. Damn, no Steve.
I don't really care about a Steve episode, if I'm being honest.
I don't want to hear about Steve feats specifically because they'd probably be extremely abstract.
Yeah, he has the amount of novels and shit.
Really?
They're all canon.
Oh.
But yeah, as of right now, he is out. It's looking like it's gonna be John Constantine and Steve getting out. I don't know what the next challenge is gonna be. My goal has stayed the same. My goal is to get either Springtrap or Slenderman the win. If they get out, then I'm gonna move to Miku, and if Miku gets out, then I'm blowing up a hospital. I'm gonna cut that from the video.
I'm gonna somehow get it in the tax documents that that Luke's room is a hospital.
Got it. Why not fucking Noah's room?
I mean, I can't say that one out loud.
Yeah, you can. Oh wait, no, you can't.
Could.
You can't because you're right next.
Yeah, no, I specifically did.
I do know that as of right now, for the first round, I don't know if I don't think it stays for Team Wiz. Kamen Rider Gates, I think is how you pronounce it, was the character who had the Golden Heart immunity. So I think that's gone now. And then I don't know if ours stays because we didn't lose the first challenge. If it does, then Springtrap is immune from elimination in the first round.
Thank God.
First time we lose. Do you want Springtrap to win?
Kinda. I mean, I'd rather Miku win because I think that one's way more unique, but I mean, I'm rooting for you guys too.
That's
I know
fair.
everyone here wants Springtrap a lot, and the fact that they haven't had Five Nights at Freddy's yet is kind of shocking.
So here's my Miku and Springtrap kind of have targets on their back because people who look at the people who are really popular, they're like, well, they're obviously going to beat out the character I want to win, so let's all band together everyone who doesn't want them and try and get them out. So Springtrap and Miku have a bit of a target on their back. My current prediction is that the winner is going to be one of 4. It's going to be Springtrap, it's going to be Hatsune Miku, it's going to be Flowey, or it's going to be Henry Stickmin.
I think Henry and Flowey are much less likely, even though they're, equally as known, pretty much.
So this is all based on what I could see from the voting. Henry and Flowey were both pretty popular with the votes, but did not have a whole lot of votes for the half a second they were doing the Broken Heart negative votes before they took it away. Neither of them had a whole lot of Broken Hearts votes, whereas compared to like Springtrap, who had a fuck ton of Broken Hearts votes. Like, when they got rid of it, he rose from 15th place to, I think, 9th.
Damn.
As well as, I believe Flowey was number 2. Most, like, the number 2 most voted in character on Team Wiz. So he's pretty popular. Henry Stickmin's, I think, 3rd or 4th. But because of that, he doesn't have that massive target while also being pretty popular. Final thing I want to talk about that is on Champions Island, then we're done. I want to talk a little bit, as long as you guys are willing to stick around for a little bit longer.
I've been holding in a piss for an hour.
Do you want to do that real quick? Or
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. Let me get it pulled up.
There's a random thing. I don't know why it popped in my head, but it's something I can't remember if I've shared this before, but it's been updated. I have a list in my phone of what characters or people that other people have said I look like.
Yeah.
And these are not anything that like you guys have said. These are ones that either family or strangers, whether that's like in-person strangers or commenters on YouTube, have said.
Yeah.
So Dolph Lundgren, or his theoretical son. Do you know Dolph Lundgren? He's an actor.
No.
He's in like Rocky or Creed. He was like one of the villain characters.
I've not seen any
PewDiePie,
of those.
Draco Malfoy, Dream, Adult Andy from Toy Story 3,
Damn.
Cameron from Bratz, Chris Tyson, or now Ava Chris Tyson from Mr. Beast,
That one. Okay.
young President Snow from the Hunger Games,
Yeah.
Leon Kennedy, Robert Pattinson, which other than like having a jaw, I guess I don't really see that one.
Yeah.
And then a serial killer, a woman, and very gay.
That one's not okay.
All those last three were comments.
Yeah.
So if I go missing, guys.
Do you hear that?
Yep, I did. And if Trinity goes missing, the first thing I'm doing is I'm buying Luke a beer, and then I'm spiking it with rat poison.
He said if you go missing, the first thing he's gonna do is buy me a beer and spike it with rat poison.
Did I ever tell you, this isn't going in the video, did I ever tell you what the first thing, not the first thing, but after Chris got married, what I told him?
I don't remember. You might have. I can't remember.
Because, like I said, this isn't going in the video. You know everything I went through when I was little. And he made a joke about domestic abuse because she will sometimes, if he says something stupid, kind of smack in the back of the head. Just like simple,
playfully, I assume.
Yeah, just simple shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, maybe I'll start hitting her back one day. And I kind of take that shit seriously. I don't like joking about that kind of stuff. And my exact words were, if I ever find out that you're hitting your wife or you have a kid and I find out you're hitting your kid, I am coming down there and I'm beating the fuck out of you until you can't walk. That was like, and this is my best friend.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with him.
Yeah, definitely.
I know he would never do that, and he knows that that I only say it because I mean it. No, that I only say it because of everything. But that was like, I take that shit seriously. If I ever found out that you like murdered Trinity, I don't know what I'd do. But
Be quite an issue.
Thank you for not murdering Trinity, though.
He thanked me for not murdering you. You're welcome, I guess.
I need someone in this fucking friend group I can talk about My Little Pony with.
What do you mean yet?
I just want to say my ego has never been higher because I got my grade back for an assignment that was the assignment was writing a testimony that you would give to Congress. And I got a 10 out of 10, and the comment from the professor was, you should hold on to this so that if you ever do get the influence needed to speak before Congress, you can use this later.
Oh,
Whoa.
shit.
That's some high praise.
Mm-hmm.
And he just like Zach just shows us the paper, and it literally just says "kill Trump."
No.
No, that's not going in the video, by the way.
Don't put that in the video.
No, that's not going in the video.
No, it's just have you I don't even know where you would be able to find it. I just remember there was some testimony some guy was giving before the court, and it was about renaming boneless nuggets because that's stupid. Or boneless wings. He said, "Why are they called boneless wings when they're not even wings with the bone taken out of them? They're just chicken mashed together. We should call them saucy nuggets. We should call them trash."
That sounds like something that would be presented to a court, actually.
Yeah.
All right, so final thing before we cut the recording for the night. So this is the teams for Champions Island. These are both teams. This is Team Wiz. This is Team Boomstick. So final thing, I wanted to spend a bit more time on this in the beginning, but because it's late and we're already been recording for over 2 hours, I'm going to do this very quickly. I have yet to talk about publicly the matchups that I want for these, so I'm just going to flow through these real quick.
Okay.
Meta Knight, I don't want him on the show.
Well, didn't Team Wiz lose?
Yeah, so they're voting off 2 characters. I don't know who yet.
Oh, okay. I see.
So yeah, not the
That's how that
entire
works.
thing.
Yeah.
Goes away.
So I don't like Kirby all that much. And
Sorry.
do you like Kirby?
Yeah, Kirby was my first ever video game.
I'm not big
Or
on it.
nostalgia.
Of the 2 Kirby death battles we have, I only like one of them. I don't think Meta Knight's interesting. However, if he does show up on the show, Meta Knight versus Zero from Mega Man's right there. It'd be pretty. I wouldn't be mad. Hatsune Miku, she has a lot. However, if I were to pick any 2, it would have to be either Barbie or I forget what it's called, but the mascot for the band Disturbed, which apparently has a fuck ton of lore.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what he's got, but I know the image you're talking about.
Yeah, apparently that fucking demon has a fuck ton of lore.
I'm okay with. I know you mentioned the matchup is probably going to be Miku versus Kasane Teto.
Well, that's one of the options.
Okay. That is one where like knowing the history between those two, that would be like a love letter to what they stand for, and I would like that. But that is also only because I don't really know what else they would do with the other 2 matchups because I don't know the material that well.
I'm really hoping we get Hatsune Miku versus Barbie. That's what I want. But there are options. For Flowey, he's got a couple. My preferred is Monica from Doki Doki. However, if Flowey somehow wins, it's going to be Flowey versus the princess from Slay the Princess.
Which I'm down for.
Which that is 100% what it's going to be. But we can all take solace in no matter which one he goes against, Flowey is going to get murdered.
Good.
And there is 0 chance of a win for either of them. Henry Stickmin, he's got a couple, like Fancy Pants. However, it's going to be the Second Coming from Animator Versus on YouTube. Animation Versus. Have you guys ever seen those?
No. Actually, yes, I have.
Yeah, they're basically like those stick figure animations with the 4 different colors that they go up with, like Animation Versus Minecraft and stuff. And they go against, and they do this. They're really fun. Henry Stickmin versus the Second Coming is what it's going to be. Or they could do what people wanted forever ago, and they've lost interest in it, which is the stick figure battle royale, where you get Henry Stickmin, the Second Coming, Fancy Pants, and then Red from Stick Figures. It's called Dick Figures.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which I thought it was funny when I was 9.
Yeah.
But that one had a lot of popularity for a while, but it died off pretty hard, and now everyone just kind of would like Henry versus Second Coming.
Henry Stickmin versus Homestuck.
Oh god. Samus Aran sadly kind of lacks matchups. If she is going to get on, it's likely going to be Firefly from Honkai. Which
that's okay.
The G1 Death Battle fan blog actually just did that matchup.
Oh shit.
They declared Firefly would win.
That checks out.
They've been wrong before. But Samus kind of lacks matchups.
It's one of those things, kind of like, and I know this, the answer to this was wrong back then. It's kind of like Hulk versus Broly, where like, yeah, it's closer than it looks, but Firefly is just like so far in the realm of anime that it's hard to really measure.
Yeah. But if Samus does come out, it's going to be Firefly, Master Chief, or they could do the funniest thing possible, Samus versus Boba Fett 3! I really hope it's not that.
If that happened after Ruby versus Maka, I would be genuinely questioning if Monty Ohm like rose from the grave.
Right. Ash Williams, so he has a couple of matchups. The one that I used to really like was versus what is her name? I'm drawing a blank on Juliet Starling from Lollipop Chainsaw. However, Juliet Starling can dodge lightning and cut a fucking UFO in half in one swing. So that's not really fair.
With a chainsaw?
Yeah.
Lollipop Chainsaw versus James Gunn, the guy who made her.
Instead, Ash Williams versus Frank West from Evil Dead would be really cool. John Constantine, I know fuck all about him. I just know that his two matchups are, I believe it is the Doctor from Doctor Who, and Rhino from something. Couldn't
I
tell
know
you.
he likes Dungeons and Dragons.
Hold on. I'm looking this up real quick. I still have Vegeta pulled up. Hold on. John Constantine.
I'm never paying my taxes.
Death battle. What is the guy's name? This guy.
Johnston.
Rydao from Megami Tensei.
Oh, I didn't even recognize him. Probably because I haven't played Megami Tensei.
I know fuck all about him. So he's cool.
I know it's technically in the same realm as Persona, but also not.
Yeah, I do know that one of the guys that's in the debate thing with me. Hi Sherm. That this is who he wants to win, and I'm sorry, I don't want him to win. Springtrap. God, he has a lot of matchups, and so many of them fucking suck.
Schreckenstein.
However, he has he has two that I would be okay with winning, and one that I would begrudgingly accept. The one I would begrudgingly accept is Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine.
Okay.
It's kind of thematic. I don't like it.
Maybe.
Chucky versus Springtrap is really cool and very thematic. It's the one Nick wants really bad, and I really would like it. However, the one I want is Junko Enoshima from Danganronpa. Yeah. However, if we get a Danganronpa matchup, it's going to be Monokuma versus Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom. I think that's going to be our first Danganronpa fight.
But that's the thing; it's not technically a Danganronpa matchup because that's not the first character they're looking at here.
I guess
this is a situation where they have to look at this one character and be like, okay, what would their best matchups be?
Steve, again, I don't want Steve to win. If he does, he has two matchups. One I hate, which is Emmett from the Lego Movie, which, if Emmett gets on the show, that's fine. Put him against Jesse from Minecraft Story Modes. That way there's at least some character to go against. Someone that he can banter with.
I want Emmett to put Steve in an Iron Maiden.
What?
However, if Steve does win, which I think he's getting eliminated, but if he did, Steve versus the Terrarian would be kind of cool. Spider-Man, this is one of the coolest characters in comic book history. Guess what? Has one of the worst matchup spreads of all time. The two that
Peter
I would
Parker versus Miles Morales.
The two that I would be happy with is either Ladybug from Miraculous Ladybug, or Donatello from the Ninja Turtles. Those are both ones that I'm pretty okay with.
Arachne from Warframe.
Kamen Rider Gates. Hold on. Kamen Rider.
Isn't this?
Rider.
Is this the guy you? No, never mind.
Geats. Liu Kang would be cool.
I like how you had to look this one up.
I'll say Liu Kang. Liu Kang would be cool.
Wow, people just like putting Sephiroth against anyone, huh?
Yeah. Slenderman, he's got some alright ones. For me personally, I kind of want Sadako from The Ring. I think that would be really fucking cool.
Yeah.
However, I would not entirely put it past them to do Slenderman versus like fucking what's the name? Have I lost it? I might have lost it.
Describe it.
Sonic.exe.
That's one of the ones. I could see that and I wouldn't be happy about that. If I remember, I'll come back to it. Sakuya Izayoi from Toho Project. The only reason I kind of know who she is because forever ago on 1 Minute Melee, which is another versus show that Death Battle used to help promote, which was like just a 1 minute fight that they didn't do like research stuff on. They just kind of made them fight. They forever ago, before I even knew what the hell a Toho Project was, they did Sakuya versus Dio from JoJo.
If you didn't say it, I was going to say Sakuya is the one character that I like involuntarily know too much about, and like if she wins, it's going to be Dio, and there's no question about it.
Hold on.
She does the time stop with the knives thing and all of that.
Who is
Or
that?
could be Bayonetta.
Who is that? Who is that? Damn it! All right, hold on. Sure.
Who are these people?
Homura Kemi looks kind of cool, I fucking guess. I don't know. Who are all you people?
I would be okay with Bayonetta or Dio, even though I don't really care about this character at all.
Pac-Man. If Pac-Man wins, Pac-Man's got some matchups. However, I would be a little afraid if Pac-Man wins because it would mean we're likely getting Pac-Man versus Luigi, which I like a lot. However, I am afraid of the wrath that would come from the Luigi versus Shaggy fans.
Why?
So,
Never mind. I'm not even gonna ask.
I'm afraid of that one.
Freerun versus Marcel.
This is the one that I've seen. Hohenheim from Fullmetal Alchemist. I know fuck all about Freerun. I like Fullmetal Alchemist, so sure.
I haven't watched Freerun. That being said, watch Freerun.
Wait,
apparently,
what? When did they do this blog? What? Hold on. I'm just skipping to the end real quick. I'll read it all later. Hey! Anyway.
watch Freerun. I haven't watched it. I just know it's like one of the best animes to come out in a very, very long time.
And then Shantae, I've kind of made my peace on this with you guys. I don't want her on the show simply because her matchup spread is hot garbage. If she gets on the show, it's likely going to be Shovel Knight, who I don't want her to fight, or Lilac from Freedom Planet, which I know fuck all about, and I'm going to be 100% with you. I usually don't care about the metrics of episodes. This might be an episode that takes like a fucking month to hit 1 million.
I think we should put her against Asmodeus.
Who?
Asmodeus, the archdevil.
Oh shit! This
is not a fair fight at all. I just wanted to put her up against someone who would like kick her ass to show how much I really do not care.
Yeah, she has like matchups, but they're all fucking terrible. Like Lilac's the only kind of good one.
You know what matchup I want to see?
Huh?
I want to see Sayori from Doki Doki Literature Club versus Jane from Telltale's The Walking Dead.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
What the fuck did you just say? You did not.
That's actually crazy.
That is
genuinely.
I clicked on my notifications on accident, and
No.
No. Please no.
Hey, Mr. Gus, what are you doing? Crack.
Dude, I haven't seen that character in so long. I forgot that existed, but that like awakened memories.
There is a single Uncle Grandpa matchup that I will ever accept. Anything beyond that is a no-go forever. And that is Uncle Grandpa versus Bobobo from Bobobo.
Not Uncle Grandpa versus the Roaring Knight?
That one is so funny. Here's the thing. So either
Glad I wasn't that guy.
So either you put Uncle Grandpa against someone like Bobobo, who is equally as fucking stupid, or you do some shit like Uncle Grandpa versus Goku, where Goku just fucking obliterates him, and then he just reappears behind him and says like, glad I wasn't that guy.
He just keeps doing that until... No, put him against Hulk, because it's the same shit as the door.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
Don't worry, viewers. We'll allow the video to end one day.
One of these days. Anyway, how long have I been recording? And how much?
2 hours 40 minutes. That's my guess.
I have 2:30. So
Almost.
This is probably a good spot. We talked about everything I want to talk about. I don't know how much this is going to be in a separate video, how much it's going to be in the Buffy versus Blade, but
I think as soon as it gets completely away from the episode is
cut off.
Sorry, this is just me backseat YouTubing.
That's probably what I would do, because that's what I did with Hulk versus Godzilla. But that'll already be the cutoff. I guess just super excited for the next time now that I know Torian's part of it. Buffy versus Blade. I'm happy, and I'm done.